Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, let me start off by saying, if you watched the last episode, you may have noticed that there was a little bit of a snafu at the end. Basically, what happened is we crashed uh, as we were trying to load into this area. Basically, the reason why we crashed is because the video settings were set too high, which is slightly infuriating that a brand new PC built to run this game still can't have the graphic settings up on high and ultra in certain places. And basically the reason why the settings were too high is because we got the patch 1.07 out, and when we got the patch, the NVIDIA Experience Optimizer couldn't read the settings of the video to adjust it to the settings that says it should be at and that actually work. Uh, so I'll technically agree with it. Uh, and basically the reason the settings were different is because I changed them for the patch, and I shouldn't have done that. I mean, it was definitely a interesting scientific experiment to see, well, with the new patch maybe I could get some better visual performance, but no, obviously not. So now we're back to the right settings, let's hope. And we can continue on, maybe power through this storyline and start down the path at least of beating this game. I feel like we are somewhere there. We want to get this unique card, so we're starting off with Gwent, which I imagine will make everybody happy. As far as Witcher contracts, we can't do this one because of the patch. It's got it bugged. Missing Brother is pretty high level, maybe we could, and then everything else is super high level. And it's not like we failed a lot of quests, unless the Gangs of Novigrad doing that was going to give us so much experience and open up so many different ways that we've closed off the storyline there. Or this Hazardous Goods did the same, which I don't think so. And that's really sucky if I somehow closed off significant parts of the game by just making a couple of mistakes. So we're back at Kaer Morhen, and we're looking for Lambert to play Gwent, and then we're gonna do the Brother-in-Arms and talk to the Emperor and see if we can get any help from him. And after we do all that, unless we get some more quests, we're going to go get Ciri back and try and free her from the Isle of Mists. After the crash, I took a little bit of time away from this game to record another series, mostly because just scheduling issues. I have to figure out every trick I can figure out in the book that would speed up how much footage I can record, what can I do while things are uploading, what can I do while things are being released. Basically, I have 24 hours, and ideally I want to spend every waking moment of those 24 hours either recording and uploading and doing something else if I can get away with it. We'll put this in the stash. This one requires 34. I don't know why I would keep Mastercrafted Woven Armor. That might be Superior Woven Armor. Griffin Armor. Wonder why I took that off. And this level 29. Anywho, here's Lambert. All we need to do is talk to him and play some Gwent. He's sitting Inside the table. This is a Witcher trick, right? You can just sit inside tables.
Can we talk?
What about?
Let's play Gwent.
Ever play Gwent?
Of course. Even tried to teach Vesemir, but turned out he's just mule-headed. Why do you ask? Up for a quick hand?
Yes.
Am I? Have you crying like a baby by the time I'm through with you?
I somehow have managed to end up with the same cards. Let's see. That. I got Geralt of Rivia. Okay, that's new. So I need to take somebody out. Just take out a defender. Guess that's as good a place to start. Scotail versus Scotail, which probably means I'm not gonna do very well. Vesemir here in her. I don't remember this creature. The Dryad Queen, Ithene. Haven't heard of her. Let's get rid of the Scorch. Oh, I haven't seen her either. And then let's get rid of one of these. So I'll start with this card. And then that'll muster one more. And we'll see what he plays. Triss Marigold. Ooh. I can't help but, particularly with Triss's storyline, I feel like I sent her away in the story and I've sent her away from the game. It really, really feels like she's not coming back. Wonder if that's as much as I should do. Give him another 5. Should I do another 10? That's the question. Alright, let's do one more 10 and then pass the turn. Well, 34 to 4. Passed around. Alright. So we play this, and that lets us bring back somebody powerful. He plays Vesemir. Might well play Vesemir myself in a second. He's playing almost the exact cards I'm playing. Interesting. So the question will be, do I save 10 now? Can he do 13 in this? Let's see, what is my... Let's just play this and see what he can do. What is my leader ability? Biting Frost. I can either pass or I can play Biting Frost for some reason. I'll just pass. I don't think with one card you can get 18 going. Nope, you can't. We won. Great, quick game of Gwent.
You win. Can't believe I gotta give up my unique card. Better your hands than someone else's, I guess.
Old pals. Complete. Now we have Triss Marigold. We've got 25 experience. We've completed quest. Old pals. And where does this go? I don't think we ever were in this room. Were we? Maybe we should look around. So now we are to talk to the Emperor. This might go up to my room. Wild hunt, other common items. Wolfsbane. Interesting. The Last Wish. That's an interesting story to read. That's actually the name of the book that this is, the first book in the series that this is based on. The Opposition in Nilfgaard. And what's up here? It's our house. Why we get this nice bedroom area and everybody else has to slum it on the cots, I don't know. And I don't know if even Geralt gets that anymore. It may very well be that Yennefer took it all for herself. It would be hard to argue that Yennefer wasn't a little high maintenance. And it would be really understandable if people chose not to be with her in their romantic dealings. But, I mean, the game definitely gave you that option, where you could have just said you weren't really in love with her. And it kind of feeds you that whole belief if you want to believe it. Of course, I'm playing this as if he really is in love with her. Of course, we found out that his wish to a genie, the last wish, is the reason why they keep getting tangled up with each other. And that wish makes her uncertain about her feelings, whether they're true or magical, and thus she just gets more cold. So here we go. Now,
And the Witchers managed to do it.
so it's not looking like we're gonna get any more Gwent chances, at least for a while.
For this was his name. Was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away.
The problem with this now is that pretty much seems to indicate that I would have to talk to every single shopkeeper, every single NPC that lets you play Gwent, which there could be easily 100 of. I'm becoming more and more aware of me saying pretty much, in which I wish I could learn to drop some of my vocal tics. It's hard to do. It's really, really difficult to focus and play a game and say something coherent. Care for your sword. Bread and silver mug. Did we always have green names under the peoples? I'll take that. A diagram of a harpy drink. Interesting. Still finding interesting stuff just randomly. The horse whistler instead of the horse whisperer. Diary of a fire swallower. The Chronicles of Radina. So the Chronicles of Riddick. The Wonders of Zerkamia. There's a sword called the Digger there, which I think I already had the sword called the Digger before. So what of those items, if any, were better? Gauntlets here, slightly better, but don't have the upgrade. These are slightly worse, but only by 1. I'm gonna put this on because it might give me a 10% on my Yarden. And I was starting to get a little used to the way he looked in that outfit too. Like many systems, I feel the whole... I've read all the books. I feel the whole different looks for different equipment is pretty useless. So maybe I can use it on him, but I don't think so. I think I'm gonna have to talk to him straight. I don't think I could just use the magic to confuse him into agreeing.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Witcher, why have you come?
I have been nice to him, so...
I've managed to find out where Ciri is.
Finally, I'd begun to doubt the wisdom of enlisting you. Bring her here at once.
The Wild Hunt's pursuing her. Kaer Morhen's the only place she'll be safe.
That was not a suggestion. I can defend my own daughter.
I don't doubt it. Against conventional foes, the Wild Hunt's different. Facing it here would put Vizima at risk. Hundreds of innocents could die. Kaer Morhen is in a wilderness, and your army stands to be far more helpful there.
Agreed. I shall send a banner with you. On one condition. General Voris will lead it.
Can't agree to that.
And I cannot agree to witches commanding my troops.
Well, I'm not about to give in. You don't look it either. Sorry to take up your time, Your Majesty.
General
Bring me
Voris.
Ciri.
I will, if that's what she wants.
Well, either I had some interaction with that general, or there was just no chance he was gonna send his armies, which I think you probably could guess there was no chance he was gonna send his armies. This feels like this might be a big story-changing event we're going to, but there's nothing more that can be done. Well, there is more. I never actually did get down to this House of Respite. Never got in there. You know what? We'll just risk it. At the risk of having to edit. I've got to figure out if there might be some kind of quest involved with this, or what.
Man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Havelach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri
I
flee the
feel
Hunt,
like
then
I'm
hidden
under-leveled.
away on the Isle of Mists.
Let's see if we can skip this a little bit. I feel like I'm under-leveled. I feel like I've missed some quests. Officers Club exclusively for active duty soldiers from the active duty soldiers from the highest ranks. Full regimental dress mandatory.
Across the Yara, we will cross the Pontar as well. Will someone explain to me why you are here?
Okay.
What are you doing?
So, full regimental dress is an interesting thought, because it would be a little difficult to get a full regimental set of dress, and I can certainly, seems like I would be able to just jump over the fence. What does that say? Fortnite, a cell. There has to be a way in. There has to be a way.
One false move and you will regret it.
Just kill him. And then we never did quite talk to that guy. Here's the Nilfgaardian soldier. Can we talk to him? Nope.
Aye.
Maybe the House of Respite was supposed to be like a meeting place for some storyline. Because you'd have to have something like
Will
that.
someone explain to me why you are
Heard
here?
of the Fryhead Brigade? Your kind, sir. Not you.
Do you think it becoming to disturb a lady?
Here's a merchant. Show me what you got, merchant.
Mind a look at your stock.
Doesn't look like he's got much of anything worth buying. Or really anything, enough coin that would be worth to sell to him.
Farewell.
It's so strange that there'd just be a whole section missing here. Let's look at the map. Try to go to this notice board. Of course, there was definitely some romantic options that I ignored. This is just a quartermaster.
Greetings, Quartermaster.
Honor and glory, Geralt. How can I help?
Let me see what you got.
Show me what you're battling.
He's not selling anything that would be useful.
So long.
And if that's the quartermaster, maybe I never talked to the guy in charge. Who is the guy in charge then? Where is he? Did we ever run into him? This feels like this will just get me off to the edge of the map. There's so much of the map that there could be a... What direction are we running? We are just running towards the end of the world, why not? If you run to the end of the world, you can fast travel at least.
I'm too old for treks that long.
Yeah, it makes no sense. As far as the rest of this world, yeah, there's a couple things we never really found, and we're still a little confused about. But I think we did most of it. Enough. I don't understand why there's a whole section there. We want to get here in Skellig, near a boat. So put me near a boat. This is as good of a place as any to fast travel.
Hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it.
I imagine what you would have had to do is run around that area, get a uniform of like a full armor, heavy armor uniform to walk in there. Helmet, trousers, boots, and chest plate. And to walk in there for some ridiculous cutscene. I mean, doesn't seem like there's anything more. I mean, you'd assume they would give you a quest. How come this boat's broken? Did I leave a broken boat here? I think I left a broken boat here. And it remembered it was broken? I mean, look how damaged it is. Travel to the Isle of the Mists. Okay. We have a quest item, which was a magic firefly, and we can't use it. Where is it? Seems to be pointing me towards a specific location. Alright, let's point our boat towards this direction. Open the world map. And oh, it's there. Well, you know, I think it'd probably just be easier to fast travel than to take a boat from that location. Get on a boat. Oh no, I do have to use a boat. Interesting. I was just gonna fast travel. Alright, we will go around, hopefully for the last time ever in our life. We will ride in the boat and do a water level. Wouldn't it be really sucky if this whole quest had us going all around to the places where all those caches were, and this was the quest that was supposed to make us do all of that? Which way am I? I have to basically go all the way around. I don't want these sirens anywhere near us. We've got our crossbow ready to go if we need it. Are we really near the end of the game? There is something that could be said definitely for the build-up of this game, in that it is so open world, there really isn't a lot of build-up. We know war is coming, we know bad things are going to happen, but we kind of also know I kind of also know from my experience of the second game that those bad things are going to happen no matter what, and my actions aren't really going to change things. I'm not going to become the savior of all of the lands. At best, I'll find Ciri and that'll be the end of the story. We'll fight the Wild Hunt maybe a little bit, but I think that's it. This is true in Skyrim too. That even 200 hours or so in Skyrim, but how much of that was the main story? How much of that was the building of the fact of the impending boss and what you were going to have to do to survive? Almost none. In fact, it's the exact opposite. They downplay. They say it's an impending doom that you have to try and avoid, but then they give you unlimited amount of time to screw around in the forest and hunt animals and kill bandits and get more weapons. It just doesn't feel urgent. Saving Ciri from the Isle of the Mist right now doesn't feel urgent. It feels like I could do it 100 hours from now, which is true. Even in the storyline, it seems like it would be smarter just to leave her there, talk to the elf, and be like, well, if she's safe there and fine, let's just leave her there. Since the Wild Hunt is after her. Unless the Wild Hunt is going to eventually be able to catch her, which we haven't been given the indication of that. It's possible. This is taking way too long. There's nothing on the ocean. It's just like the forest. It's worse than the forest by far. At least in the forest, there's a plant every now and then you could pick up if you felt the need to waste your time. Or there's a wolf that pops out every now and then. This is literally just sailing through nothing. This begs for a cutscene. Why do I have to go to this specific point? That's a good question too. Let's see. So freaking far. Might as well start working around the edge of this island. I'm holding A. I'm accelerating as much as possible. My boat is damaged because the game seems to have remembered all the damage I did to all the boats, which is a scary thought because that means there's a possibility that you could have destroyed every boat in Skellig and had no boats. I'm sure, I would hope that they'd put a system in there so that boats regenerate after they're completely destroyed, but they obviously don't get repaired or regenerate when they're damaged. It's been a significant amount of time since I broke this boat, and yet it's still broken. That's very realistic. Unarguably realistic. Just kind of ridiculous. Here's another boat sitting in the middle of the lake, ocean. It's not a lake, it's an ocean. I guess I suppose I could have jumped off that one and jumped on that one, seeing if it was any better. Trying to travel to the Isle of the Mists. Or Isle of Mists. No, the. Check our map again. Still quite a far journey. On the relationship front, I do happen to know, I looked it up, there is definitely a way, if you two timed Yennefer or Triss, that they would catch you and you would end up not getting either one of them. So I would highly recommend anybody to play this game pretty early. Pick who you're gonna pick. Whether it's gonna be Yennefer or whether it's gonna be Triss. I don't think there is really gonna be a third option who you're gonna be actually in love with, but there will definitely be third options to cheat on both of them with any succubus or lady of the evening that you might run into. Going Undvik now. That's fun to say, Undvik. Are we getting closer? Is an effect starting to happen? Hey, we did see this mists before. It was just this permanent mist situation. And we were thinking to ourselves, I think I pointed it out and I'm like, oh, well, this must be story related. Warning, save your game now. You are nearing a crucial point in the game's story. It is recommended you save your game in a manual save slot now. Okay. So, after traveling to the Isle of the Mist, some side quests will no longer be available. Recommended character level 22 or higher. Well, we've got to go forward with this, but this is interesting that some quests will not be available. that kind of indicates that some quests were available, but I know we've locked ourselves out of some story stuff already. Anyways, we're going forward.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the witches
What's the point of
managed
saving
to
your
do it.
game, though?
The ugliest man alive
If we
revealed himself
find
to
that
be
something's
not man,
desperately
but elf, and
missing,
an elven
it'll
sage
probably
at
be
that.
at least an hour
Havelock,
or
for
more
this was his
into
name,
this
was the
new
elven
path.
mage who had helped Ciri
So
flee the
we'd
Hunt
have to load
and
that
hidden
game,
her
do
away
whatever we
in
wanted
the
to do,
Isle
then
Mist.
replay at least an hour of gameplay. Which I wouldn't really want to do. It certainly feels like we're getting near the end, though. When they say save your game now, that definitely feels like we are getting near the end of the main story. Alright, we're going to carefully follow the firefly and not just... Hey, our boat's new. Our boat was magically regenerated. That's nice. I can't see the thing. I am following it by the map since the stupid sail is right in the way. I need to be zoomed in. If only I could like click the right stick right now and zoom in. I'm trying. It's not working. Press forward on the right stick. Nope. It's not terrible. I can catch glimpses under the sails of where this firefly is. But I have to be very careful around these rocks. This is a whole new area. But it doesn't really feel like an area where I'd need to do anything. We got some sirens under the water. All kinds of boats. Siren. Have some explosive bolts, why don't you? I don't have a lot of those shots to really be wasting on sirens. .28 to be certain. Getting some fire damage right now. Having to set myself on fire. Somehow my explosive bursts caught me on fire. Looks like we're about to come to a landing. That's close enough for me. Wouldn't it be cool if this was just like a land of items that we'd never even seen before? New creatures and everything, too. What are these, poglets? They're like an advanced form of foglets. The next DLC, and I think the final DLC, is actually going to be new finisher moves. Which is kind of going to suck for people that turned off finisher moves, since that was an option. I say leave them on. They don't happen enough that they would be irritating. Crow's eye. Up. So there is a house on this island. So why not just leave her here?
Firefly stopped at the hut. I'll look inside.
She's just gonna immediately attack whoever comes to the door.
Locked. Anybody in there? Damn. I'm not gonna hurt you. Open up.
Oh, you blew our fucking cover. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Geralt, a witcher.
Go away!
Looking for a young woman. Ashen hair, scar on her face. Will you let me in?
No!
How many of there are
How
you?
many of you are in there?
Why do you need to know? You're taking a bloody census! Burn my mum's beard. Get yourselves together, lads.
It's like
You
the
there,
seven
outside
dwarves.
the door. Geralt, that right?
Yeah, Geralt.
Listen, Geralt, let's cut to the thick of it. We survived a shipwreck recently. Beasts from the depths ate some of my lads, and the rest of us found shelter here. Not too special, that, as dangers litter this isle, but it does go to explain why we're a wee bit distrustful.
How did you find your way here?
No way you can get to this isle conventionally.
Crikey, you call a shipwreck conventional? Leave it be, mate. You know what he means.
Let me explain. Short while past, we were en route from Skellige to Novigrad. And Ferenc got talking with the captain, who sold him a magic firefly purported to know the way to a hidden treasure.
What do you want?
This conversation's getting tiring. Listen, let's make a deal.
If that's a demon, it will try to dupe us now.
I'm not a demon. You don't need to fear me. Give me a chance, I'll prove it.
How do you aim to do that?
I'll look for your lost mates.
Say I find your mates. Will you believe I mean no harm?
Aye, but I'm not counting either coming too easy.
How many are there?
3. Rydo, Gaspard, and Ferenc.
Where do I find them?
This Ivo. Where do I look?
Agent insisted he'd explore the caves to the east.
Caves to the east?
Tried to knock it out his head. Literally. Bugger wouldn't budge.
Gaspard. Where'll I find him?
He said it was defeatist, sent and wait to be rescued. We had to take action, or at least he did. Claimed to have spotted a lantern out to sea, so he said he'd climb the highest peak to look out for a ship.
The highest peak?
Where'd Ferenc go?
West, in search of a ship that's said to be out there.
Ferenc, he's handy.
West.
Thought I might fix it up. You see what the...
Alright. See if I can't find all 3. See ya.
I'm content to understand.
Alright. Updated quest. Let's look at our world map. Okay. It is a small little island. Not too bad. Let's pick one and head for it. How about that one? And we'll just start running. the walls here, or do I want to take it slow? Yeah, let's take it slow. I want to fall down. If there was even a chance of there being like a secret things, I think we're... And I'm on fire again. Let's see. I got art. You know, I don't think it's worth my time to try to fight these. I may have to bring out the horn. What is it? Bog hag. Level 20 bog hag. Couple of... It doesn't feel like they're going to...
A man! Am I ever pleased to
Oops.
see you?
I talked to your friends. Come down.
Right. I'm coming. You lucky devil, you. You know, I've one regret. That...
Dead. Damn.
Well, you know, that makes it easier. Doesn't it? So I imagine these guys might be magical tests, not actually people. Or that might have just been a really, really silly person who got himself killed. Yeah, this feels like it's loosely filled with items type place. Here's the same tower we've seen a couple times in this game. But I mean, how many different ways are you going to design a tower? But it is a little unfortunate we did that magic tower quest as close together. That is always the problem, is that if you don't lay down the path directly, a player can easily go from one quest to another quest, and in those two quests that normally you would suspect would be hours and hours and hours between each other. They might be back to back, and they might have the same like character models for layouts.
Stop your scampering, you tease.
Let's talk to this guy.
Hey, wake up.
Shoo. Back to bed, Nibbles.
Wake up.
It's Sleepy,
What's
Doc,
happening?
Sneezy. I don't think I can name the seven
I'm
dwarfs.
Geralt. You and your friends. What's your story?
Rabenik and Company. Real estate appraisal, insurance, mass event organisation. Gaspard Sutter. My mates call me Sleepy. I even slept through that storm. It's a shame so many died.
Any chance you've seen an ashen-haired woman around here?
Here? Nay, not a soul. But a lot passes me by on account of my sleeping.
Your friends asked me to find you, Ferenc, and Ivo.
I'm afeard they're dead. Some horror swarmed Ivo, saw it with my own eyes. And Ferenc, I heard him. A blood-curdling cry, then the roar of a beast.
Let's get back to the hut. I'll protect you along the way.
Shame about the lads, really, but what can you do?
Come on.
But I should warn you, I suffer from narcolepsy, meaning...
I know what it means. Don't worry, I'll keep you awake.
Off we go then.
He was sleeping on a chest. I wanted to loot that chest. Bring Gaspin to the hut. That's whatever. So notice he said his two friends were dead. We just saw them. One of his two friends. Where's the other? Oh, is he asleep over there?
It's stronger than me, I'm so sorry.
Come on, get up.
Know much about this isle?
Almost nothing.
You know, it ain't on my map.
A common characteristic of enchanted islands.
You think it's enchanted?
It's the one thing I'm sure of.
Where are the foglets coming from? Yep. Well, that harpy's slowly burning to death. It's taking a sweet time to kill it. 10 more shots. One more should do it. Come on. Let's try to avoid any more harpies. Is he coming?
Drifting off. I'll soon
Again.
Wake up.
I don't want to go to school.
Don't we all?
So, what is it brought you to this strange place?
Looking for someone.
Here?
Just kind of turned out that way.
Not too keen on talking about it, are you?
Not really.
So we didn't search the cave. I don't think we're gonna be done.
This place seems safe enough. Just be sure and come back. Make it quick, eh? Not that much to see here.
He's just gonna stand there and not let me in the door. Okay. They're definitely making sure I don't get in that room until I achieve this quest. Eh. So you can definitely see how if they were just totally short on time, they could have probably cut this whole island out, made it a cut scene. A lot of this could have gotten reused in some other section. Oh, there's a fiend. There we go. We'll just completely unprepared take on a fiend. Because why not?
Trying to free the fiend. Stubby neck.
Always take an opportunity to fight a fiend. Why not? Horns and florins.
One of the missing dwarves. Shame he's dead.
Return to the hut. Now we've done what we needed to do. Proved that they both were dead, as he said. Just keep running forward. I probably made that more difficult just running away from him. But I bet those are all foglets too. We've been fighting foglets all the time, and we've seen how they can remember the sound and appearance of things. And so that all may have been, all the dwarves might have been fake.
Brought you your friend.
That's so. Let's hear him then.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Gaspard! Stand back! I'm opening the door.
Gaspard! Ha! You seem a bit muddled.
Muddled. A bit drowsy, that's all.
What of the others?
Found one near a monster's den. He was already dead, sadly. Saw another fall from a cliff. Broke his neck.
Shit. Rabarick told me to have an eye on the snot. 'Twas his nephew. Thanks for helping, and sorry I didn't trust you.
Oh, everything's gone wrong. What'll we do now?
Got a boat. You can leave with me, but I need to find someone first.
An ashen-haired lass?
Yes.
Oh, dreadful sorry.
Why are you sorry?
What do you mean?
She's cold. Spirits left her.
Must have passed shortly before we found her.
Let's wait by the boat.
What was that? There's a little bit of green fog coming out from under that door. Maybe it wasn't supposed to. Wouldn't it be ironic if she really was dead this whole time? She's wearing her alternate uniform outfit from the DLC. You barely ever see her in the game for her to actually have an alternate outfit. There's other characters that would have been better suited that way. I think I like this outfit better. It doesn't really match, but this kind of sucks just for the amount of time we've put into this goal. And I kind of liked her as a character. So her being quote unquote dead here would be really, really sad if I believed for a second it were true. It's just, obviously it's not true. Her hand's right on the spikes there. Yay. We finally found her.
Guess not all of Vesemir's teachings have receded into oblivion.
A witcher can forget to eat, to drink, to breathe even. But a witcher never ever forgets to care for his blade.
Yeah, I used to repeat that incessantly. Never tired of doing it either.
What creature was it?
Huh? Creature?
One that gave you the scar over your left eye. It's new. I don't remember it.
Souvenir from the Cockatrice of Spala. Another addition to the collection.
Really?
Nothing special. Yours is healed beautifully, though.
Avalok. He prepared some special ointments for me. But that was before the curse gripped him. Wonder where he is now.
We lifted the curse. He's at Kaer Morhen, waiting for you.
Are you serious? You must be. You'd not jest about something like that. A nice thing to wake up to.
You trust him?
Avalok? He's not let me down to date. Not once.
Why is Avalok helping you?
Why exactly is Avalok helping you? Sages have never been fond of humans.
He doesn't do it for me. It's about my power. As if it could ever be about anything else. Avalok tried to teach me how to control my ability. He was also making sure I didn't fall into Eredin's hands.
Interesting. Any idea what Eredin wants from you?
What's Eredin after? What's he want from you?
What everyone wants. Control of my powers. His homeworld faces annihilation. Eredin's decided to invade ours. Brilliant, wouldn't you say? Can't achieve much on his own, so he needs to bring an army. Except his navigators can't possibly move him and thousands of NL between planes. Their abilities won't allow it.
Whereas yours will.
Exactly. And if I die in the process, well, that's a necessary sacrifice.
Interesting. We're getting the whole we gained experience and we got a new quest thing, but it's not showing us. Your voyage with Avalok, how'd it start? Oh, we're gonna have a flashback.
How do you ever start traveling with Avalok?
As soon as I'd left you and Yen on the Isle of Avalon, I found myself pursued. Eredin and his Red Riders were on my heels. I fled through many worlds, many times. They came very close to catching me once. It was then that Avalok appeared, out of nowhere. He found a portal, and took us to a world where Eredin couldn't find us for, perhaps half a year.
What was this world?
The world where Eredin couldn't find you. What was it like?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
People there had metal in their heads, waged war from a distance, using things similar to megascopes. And there were no horses. Everyone had their own flying ship instead.
Siri, stop fooling around.
Told you wouldn't believe me.
Interesting. Like a
stayed
world with technology. Interesting multi-dimensional thought.
I thought the hunt had lost my scent for good. I thought I was safe. Besides, I wanted to find you. You and Yennefer.
You were looking for us. We were looking for you. Times I thought you were just a step away. Other times, felt like I was going around in circles.
I'm not surprised. There were times I fled pell-mell head first and forward.
Tell me everything, step by step. Yes, please. Let's get the full story in the right order.
So tell me how it happened, step by step.
Eredin located us mere moments after we landed on Ard Skellig. Soon after, he and his riders surrounded us. I thought it was over, the end. Turned out Eredin had other plans. He produced the phylactery, uncorked it. A fog enveloped us, and Avalok began gasping for air.
That's how Eredin cursed Avalok, triggered his transformation into Uma?
Yes. He didn't wish to kill him. Humiliation, that's what he was after. But Avalok refused to succumb without a fight. He cast a spell that wrought havoc in the Hunt's ranks.
And in a full half of a forest on Ard Skellig.
Yet it also gave us time to flee. Avalok opened a portal. I leapt in. He was supposed to follow right behind me, but something went awry. Impaired by the curse, he failed to reach the portal in time. We had agreed that if anything went wrong and we were separated, we would meet at his hideout in Velen.
But you failed to meet there.
Yes, we failed to. Once through the portal, instead of at Avalok's hideout, I landed right in the middle of Crookback Bog. I barely escaped the crones. And then there was the Baron. You know, he took me hunting. I killed a wild boar with my sword.
I heard.
A coincidence, really. I had no desire to hunt that day, but it felt wrong to refuse. I'd taken nothing remotely resembling a hunting weapon. I simply hadn't intended to hunt. I was wandering through the forest, breathing deep the air. And then I heard a strange sound. Unsettling.
Boar attacked you?
Mm-hmm. Big as a bison, and lumbering straight at me. And all I had was my sword. Had to manage.
Did just fine, judging by how the Baron's men remember it.
Simple soldiers, the whole lot. But we got along splendidly. A shame I had to leave. Flee. But I didn't want to bring the Wild Hunt down on them. Apart from which, I knew by then the curse was progressing. So instead of looking for Avalok, I decided to find you and Yen.
So how do you even meet a man like Horson Jr.?
You and Yennefer were nowhere to be found, and I needed someone who could fix the phylactery. No ordinary craftsman would do. I needed a mage, one with extraordinary powers. Dandelion took it upon himself to help me. It was as if his honor depended on it. He arranged a meeting with a mage, but it proved a trap set by the temple guard.
Failed to mention that.
Probably didn't want to worry you. Later, we learned the guard did that sort of thing regularly, in the hope of nabbing anyone who collaborated with mages. We needed to find another way. That was clear. Then Dandelion said he knew a man who owned a piece of Novigrad, as he put it, could do more than others. He was certain to know someone who could fix the phylactery.
Orson Jr.
Mm-hmm. I suspected it might not be the best idea, but I was desperate. I had no choice.
Yep.
You suspected right. Orson was not the ideal partner in crime.
Damned simpleton got it in his head that we cheated him and kidnapped Dudu.
Who you promptly freed only to have to flee to Temple Isle. Great idea.
We hadn't planned it. Had no time to consider. We just bolted. I didn't even realize the guardsmen were driving me into a trap. Suddenly there I was, and I knew I had to disappear. At once.
And so she used her power to land in Skellig.
And that's when you landed back in Skellige.
The shore of Hindisfjall. The first pleasant place that came to mind. Hjalmar and I used to swim there.
Wait, so you actually wound up there by accident? I thought you and Avalok had arranged something.
No, he simply sensed me use my power. Just as Eredin can sense where I am, where I travel. In fact, Eredin arrived soon after I did. His riders in tow. Once again, things happened quickly. Lofferton, the Hunt's attack, my flight. And then, dreams. Just dreams.
What did you dream?
What did you dream? I've
Good
had nothing
question.
but nightmares lately. Pretty horrible.
Likewise, for the most part. In one, a monster grown from a stillborn child chased you. Ugh, that was horrible.
That happened.
I had a few nice dreams. For example, in one we sat around a fire, drinking good wine, and all around people danced and laughed.
I did that.
Like that one a lot better.
Me too. But these dreams, and the others, ended in some tower. No matter what I dreamed, in the end, I would enter a tower.
Do you recognize the place?
Recognize it? Know where it might be?
Not sure. I don't think so, but there was something familiar about it. And something terrifying. The tower was stark and dead. But at the same time, I felt I had to enter it.
Did you?
No. Dreams all ended with me searching for the entrance. And the last time, instead of the tower, I saw your grizzled face. If not for the scar over your eye, I'd have thought I was still dreaming.
I was afraid you were dead.
I was afraid you were dead. Found some dwarves here. Said they'd try to wake you, but you were cold as ice and you weren't breathing.
And yet you came in.
Who listens to dwarves these days? Speaking of which, they're probably getting antsy. We should go. Got a boat on the beach. Once we land, we'll head for Kaer Morhen. On horseback.
Right. Conventional means of travel. They're just better. Though a portal would be quicker.
And draw Eredin to us immediately. Rather not risk it. Besides, I hate portals. Damn.
Damn. Damn what? Is it loading? No, they left without us. Now the video is having trouble
Listen,
loading.
We gotta think of a way to...
Wild Hunt? Really? How'd they find
us
me?
out of here.
They'll know where we've gone. They'll know how to find me.
They already do. Siri, take us home.
Okay, we portal. It's a pretty funny joke. Somebody pretending to be Geralt of Rivia reviewed the game Portal, and he gave it like 0 stars and said, "I hate portals." It's a shame that you would actually do that to a great game like Portal, though. Hopefully he deleted the review after he took his screenshot, posted it to Twitter. Vesemir sticking his elbow through the horse's face. Yennefer back to her alternate outfit that I prefer.
Whoa.
And we're back. We've got everybody's help who we were gonna get. And we're ready to take on the Wild Hunt as best as we could.
Welcome back, child.
My, you've grown beautiful.
No point standing around. Come on, time to greet the others.
You've not changed a bit. Any of you. All just like I remembered.
What?
Little sis.
Is that Triss in her alternate outfit? She just shows up. I sent her away.
They're all here. Everyone you asked for help. Avalok's resting in the tower, still in pretty bad shape. No reason to do it out here. Come inside.
Hunt will be here soon. Good to see you again.
Time's short. Wild Hunt will be here soon. Glad to see you, Triss.
Thank Yennefer. She's the one who invited me.
There'll be time to talk later. We should confer now.
I'm surprised she even came back into the story. It's a little risque.
You know the Wild Hunt better than anyone else. Tell us about the magic they use.
Their navigators open portals, rifts that we might counter with Dimeridium or our own magic. They also summon the frost that occupies the voids through which they travel.
There's just not enough of us. It'll be a hard fight.
Good to see you.
Here's our guys. I'll take that. Hey.
Ah, Geralt. How are things?
Farewell, I'm great.
So here's our warrior guy, and I guess I should have stayed behind
You
them.
found her. They told me the hunt was after her. That those buggers might bust in uninvited. So I've made a Mahakaman mix. When this ploughing blows, it'll be bits and pieces, nothing more.
Okay, so he's brought explosive barrels. He's gonna Donkey Kong. Here's Ermon, ready to potentially cast a storm
She's
magic.
one of us, Geralt. No way we'll let him take her.
Here's Lambert.
Damn piece of junk. Barely younger than Vespa.
Boy, does this feel like we're getting to the final battle.
Greetings, Wolf.
Eskel. Vernon Roche.
What the hell's
And
better about flaming arrows anyway?
They set things alight.
this. Another book. Do I have that book already? Am I just picking it up for no reason? Yeah. I guess it's probably somewhat referential. So each little place here, I suppose, had a potential ally there. Here's a little bleeder. Our MVG, most valuable goat. Or is it M? They're all called little bleeders. Yeah, the goats single-handedly are going to defeat the Wild Hunt, I'm sure. And it looks like we have an alchemy.
An illusion.
Greetings, Geralt. If I'm to die today, I wish to look smashing for the occasion.
Here's Kira Metz. She's summoned in an illusion. Here, can we interact with her? Not yet.
Leave my dresser alone.
Oh, I can try to destroy her illusion. So we've got almost everybody. There was a couple people we didn't get on our side. The Emperor.
Get everybody together. Time to talk.
So I'm overall must have pleased most of the people. Didn't choose too poorly. Maybe I could have convinced the crones to be on my side, which would have been interesting. But even the crones have a stake in defeating the Wild Hunt. If they're to take over the entire planet, they're gonna probably take over all of it.
Thank you for coming. The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri. Want to take her? We'll stop them.
How do you even know the hunt will show?
They always know where I teleport to, and they move from place to place in an instant.
So what's our plan?
We'll all have a task.
There aren't many of us, but I'd trust any of you with my life. Work together and we'll defeat the Hunt. When they attack, Yen will dome the fortress with a magic shield. Hunt will be forced to land outside the walls.
If they're dispersed out in the woods, we could hunt down small groups of riders.
Got our first volunteer for the hunting party. I'm the second.
The Hunt will try to penetrate into the fortress through navigator portals. I can do nothing against this kind of magic, so you'll need to find and close as many as you can while hunting in the woods.
Lambert will make us dimeridium bombs. Remember the formula?
Of course.
Excellent. Erden should work on the portals as well. I shall also give you each an amulet. Snap them in half and you'll become invisible, at least while you remain still or move slowly. Move abruptly, engage any foes, clash with them, and they will see you. Apart from that, they will be able to hear you and smell you. If you come across a large unit, do not attack. Signal Triss and she will provide support.
I'll look for your signal. As soon as I see it, I'll rain fire on the forest.
Ciri's most important. We have to work together. Interesting choice here.
Remember, there's only a few of us. We have to help each other, work together. If anything goes wrong and the Hunt puts us on the defensive, we pull back, make a stand at the gates of the fortress. The inner courtyard is our last line of defense. If we don't stop them there, we're doomed.
And now we can say Ciri's most important, since we have to say both, apparently.
Ciri's most important in all of this. The Hunt's after her, and we have to defend her at all costs.
What do I do?
Stay inside the keep. If they break through, come inside. We'll all converge to help you.
Out of the question. I can look after myself.
No one doubts that, child. But remember the most important moment when hunting a monster?
Wait for an opportunity.
After the council, I'll give you an amulet. If you use it, a ball of fire will land where you're standing, just in case.
And now for the rest of the plan.
What else do we have that we can use?
Since you plan to ambush the Hunt in the woods, I could dig some trapping pits, blue stripe style.
Meaning?
Deep as the dark abyss, bottoms bristling with sharpened stakes.
I brought this Mahakaman mix. Flammable as bone-dry saltpeter and ploughing sticks to everything. We fill some barrels, stack them in a narrow passage, and fire them up at an opportune moment.
You know, we stand on a vast deposit of gas. If need be, I could open cracks in the earth, create explosions. I would need to prepare, though.
There's the laboratory and the workshop.
One thing to remember, we've got limited resources and even less time. We ought to decide what kind of weaponry will be most useful against the Hunt.
Absolutely. We need to assign one type of weaponry each to the lab and workshop.
Interesting choice. What's the lab get us?
Who needs access to the lab?
I started brewing some potions. Like to finish, if you don't mind.
I could prepare more of those Witcher's traps, but I'd need all the lab equipment.
Potions will be more useful. Or witches' traps. Interesting choice I have to make here. I don't think witches' traps are that good. I think we're better at potions. I go
Always
with
rely
Vesper.
on potions. We should brew as many as possible.
Let's talk about the workshop. Been wanting to fix that breach in the wall, but we'll need the same tools to clear the rubble from the armory.
Rubble?
Haven't you heard? Roof caved in a couple of years back. There's some excellent swords in there. Swords we could use.
Filling in the breach seems just as important. They come through there, the siege will be over awfully quick.
Wasn't it Lambert specifically who wasn't getting around to filling the breach? Clear the armory or patch the wall. I think patch the wall is the right move, because this isn't, if we clear the armory and we have swords, that's great, but I think we'd be better at patching the wall.
Fixing the breach in the wall's a priority.
We won't have time to do much else. Everything settled?
Interesting choices. How will they affect? I don't know. It probably is going to get a couple people dead. I think those choices probably sealed the fate of two characters, and two different characters would die if I'd chosen the different choices.
Yes, settled. We don't have much time, so let's get to work.
Let's sum up. Yennefer will create a magic barrier to repel the main assault. That should push the opposing force into the woods, where Lambert and Geralt will be waiting. They'll use Dimeridium to close the Navigator's portals, stop as many warriors as possible from entering the fortress. Triss will be waiting for their signal, then give the riders hell. All others will repel any foes who make it inside the fortress walls.
If anything goes wrong, we abandon the outer courtyard, pull back to the keep.
They didn't mention half of those people, like the,
Remember, Aridin can't get his hands on
the
Ciri.
art scout
That's
guy.
most important. Let's look at the map of the fortress, figure out the details.
I would be cool if this was just a cutscene for this whole fight, and there was no actual fight at all.
We've overlooked something important.
Don't think about it.
Let's talk about what to expect.
Wanted to talk about what we can expect.
Thanks, not interested. You should talk to Ciri, fine mood she's in. Your potions.
50 experience.
Thanks.
And
for everything.
Thunderbolt.
I'll saddle the horses. Come once
and
you're ready to
Superior
head into the
Swallow.
woods.
Superior Thunderbolt. And Superior Swallow. And 500 experience. And it seems I have an enhanced North Wind too. Let's see. Still not really in the... Let's see. It is increases the attack versus Superior Thunderbolt. 100% critical chance during a fight versus wow. Boy, did I not need to take the potions there, didn't I? Oh, wasn't that a bad choice? Why is my thing there not? So, So what I want to do as far as this is use these 5% attack things to power up my swords. And 5% chance to cause burning, might as well. Let's see, pinning formulas, yes, we all know about how the pin formula is. Do I have enough to make a white goal? Yes, I do. Did I really need Thunderbolt? Gosh, wow. I thought the potions were gonna be something more than that. That's kind of like, well... So what would the Witcher's traps have been? There are no traps in the game. That I know of. I don't know of any traps in the game. And it feels so much like we're at the end, and still there's whole sections of like, we just never got a Golem's Heart. We never got a Cave Troll liver. Seems strange. I thought I got a new something or other that I was supposed to make. Maybe it was a diagram for something else. It must have been. It must have been one of these diagrams. Well, I'll never find that. Look at all these characters. Wouldn't it have been an amazing thought if they brought all these characters? And we missed out on Philippa Einhart. Definitely. We should have kept on with that story. We closed ourselves off from that section. Bestiary is not as big as I would have liked it to be. Alchemy's kind of pointless. We need the Demetrium bombs. I think that's what I have equipped already. And don't think there's anything else there. So exit the keep and join Lambert when you're ready to face the wild hunt. We've got everything we could here. We have no more points in this, points to spend. Plus 40 here, plus 40 for our attack. So our attack is pretty high. If you look at our player stats, let's see, DPS with a silver sword is 1327. DPS with a steel sword is 937, which is strange considering we have a armor of only 331. Signs, 85% chance of burning with Igni. Let's see. Man, there's all kinds of numbers in this game that you really didn't need to know. I have been playing this game, good point, 6 days. So 6 days would be almost 175 hours. Yeah, 175 hours, wouldn't it? Yeah. And well, 8. Yeah, I'll say about 175 hours so far. That's a good rough estimate since I don't want to do the math. You can't do that right now. I made a mistake. We equipped the Demetrian bombs. Superior Thunderbolts, Superior Swell. The only thing I think is now that we have a regular Thunderbolt and a non-regular Thunderbolt, it means I could probably have double So I could put Thunderbolt and Thunderbolt, but I think I would stick with the healing. We can go over to this.
Long, lonely winters breed some pretty strange ideas.
Use... Why can't I use these? Let's see. Enhanced armor. And enhanced weapons. That gives us 15 minutes to do this. Let's talk to Siri. Actually, we'll talk to Siri next time. This is a great place to end this episode. We definitely feel like next episode we're going to do the final battle. Is that going to be the end of this series? No. We're going to run around a little bit. We'll try to do all the other quests, but it feels like we're getting close. Anywho, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next one tomorrow, or the next weekday, whenever this episode comes up. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.